Hello, my name is Morgan and I write a health blog called Life After Bagels. But today what I'm here to talk to you about on pursuing our passion is I wanted to share with you how I took a leap of faith, and in January of this year I left my career and my full-time job to go back to school full-time, and now I'm a full-time student. It was a really scary decision, and it was a long decision-making process, and I wanted to share that journey with you today because maybe you're going through the similar decision to go back to school or to start your own business or to make a total career shift. So I hope you find this helpful. And I wanted to take you through the couple steps that happened when I decided to make this big leap. And the idea first came to me to leave and go back to school full time in August of 2010. And I literally would seek out anyone I could find, anyone who had made a leap of their own of some kind, and I would grill them on how they decided to do that. And I never asked the steps of how they did it. I wanted to know the emotions behind it. And I kept asking everyone who had done that, how did you know? How did you know it was going to be okay? How did you know it was the right time to do it? And what everyone said to me is that it's never going to feel like the right time. It's always going to be scary. And that's when I realized that there was never going to be a sign. Nothing was going to come to me that said, yes, Morgan, you can do it. Everything's going to be okay. Because it doesn't just flick on or off like that. Decision-making process to change something so significant in your life, like your career, needs some planning. So if you're thinking about doing this, you're going to need to do some research. And luckily, I was in a mentorship program in the fall of last year, and I had a fabulous mentor. And she really spent a lot of time with me doing some research. We researched universities. We weighed out pros and cons of just making this decision, and just spent a lot of time really structuring what the plan would look like if I were to do this, if I were to make this leap. Because at the end of the day, it's a great idea and everyone would like to do it, but there's a lot of things that have to happen. The finances and the family sacrifices that you need to make to do something like this, I understand can be very huge, and that was a big decision for me. So during the planning process, what you need to take into consideration, probably the first and foremost thing is going to be the finances. So financially, can you leave your job? What does that look like? How much time until you leave? How much savings can you accumulate in that time? And realistically, how and when will you be able to bring in money? So for myself, will I be able to get a part-time job? What kind of part-time job will I be able to get? You know, those were really big considerations. Also, what resources are you going to have along the way? Do you need to ask for help for your family and friends? Are they willing to do that? And then after you think you can sort the finances part out, think about your family and how is this going to affect them? You know, processes will change in your household, routines will change in your household, and everyone needs to be ready for those things to happen. And once you're ready to make the leap, find some friends to give you some courage. I remember December 1st was when I made my resignation to my boss. I was scared. I had exchanged some emails back and forth with Jill around that time, saying that I'll probably going to feel like I'm going to vomit going in that day. And I did. It was bad, and it was emotional, but I still knew that it was the right decision. And I had a couple other friends that were backing me up that day, sending me texts telling me I could do it. So I was really thankful to have that support from my friends and family that day. So once you've lined up everything and you really think that you have made the best plan possible, and you actually take the action and make the leap, it doesn't end there. Because the thing is that yes, you're making the leap, and yes, you're leaping into something great and grand, but at that point, it's really important that you manage your expectations after that, because not every day you're going to be on cloud nine. And if it was easy to make a risky decision like this, everyone would do it, and everyone doesn't do it. It's hard work even after you start your new life. You know, there are days that school is hard. Being a mature student is really hard. There are days that I wonder where the finances are going to come from. Even though I've lined everything up and it's supposed to work out, I still worry. And there are times where you're going to hit roadblocks that you didn't even know were going to come up. And even the best of planning would not allow you to foresee these types of roadblocks. So understand that even though you have a new life and it's supposed to be great and grand and wonderful, that you are going to need to keep pushing through the roadblocks, and you're going to need to find perseverance within yourself, because like I said, if it was easy, everyone would do it, and not everyone does. So this is not to discourage you from doing it. This is a how-to plan. How? Make your plan and then manage your expectations along the way. And if ever you have any questions, you can always email me, morgan.shuker@gmail.com. I'd be more than happy to answer questions about my journey. But just remember, don't email me and ask me for a sign, because there is no sign. It takes a lot of analyzing and planning. And at the end of the day, as hard as the last 6 months have been being a full-time student, I'm really, really happy that I've made the decision. And I have 3 more years of school till I graduate. I don't know what I'm going to be doing at that time, but right now I am dedicated and working so hard and ready to go through these next 3 years. And whatever your passion is, good luck with that.